Still just plugging everything in, so give me one moment to get rolling here. And the Garmin's want to power down. Okay. Let's call it a day for those for now. Heading off on the 40 kilometre course around London tonight. Not a big fan of London, but I need to get on and ride. So 40 Ks and it ends with a lot of hills. Let's try and get it done. Oh, it's everyone's morning. Good morning, everybody from the UK. It's, as you can see, evening here. It's one of these cram rides in that I haven't done anything all day. Well, sitting at a computer most of the day. So it's time to get other stuff done. There's 3 in the morning. Wow. All UK, has to be. Scott Gilmore got a thumbs up yesterday, no probs. Got a little technique to that. You can see the little phone down the bottom there. I can just whack that and it gives people in the vicinity a thumbs up. Okay, these Garmin's want to play happy now. Let me know if the music level is too high or anything like that. I can adjust. There we go, polls in the evening. Now, before I get too excited, let's zero these power meters. Which involves the cranks at about at exactly 6 o'clock and 12. Alrighty, so status. I'm not doing a spin down. Actually, I might do a spin. I will do a spin down on the. Just thinking about the data I'm collecting. It's okay. I can cut that off at about 10 minutes in, but I will do a spin down of the kicker after 10 minutes. 1, 2. Done. Done. Now, normally outside, I just go and ride. Vaughn's going to do a sesh beside me. Just one sec, Vaughn. No, I can close all that down. Just give me 1 sec.
I can put mine in the window.
That's fine. I'll just close that. Just 1 sec. Just going to get this all started up. Okay. Not every ride is like that. If you haven't seen indoor cycling before, I'm a bit of an edge case with a few too many power meters. Alrighty. And my head is behind the text. Let me sort that out. Yeah, that computer's already on, Vaughn. Oh, hills already. Oof. Let me get my head out of the text while I warm up here. BT from Florida, man, it must be nice weather over there at the moment. Thanks for doing a great job keeping us informed on products. Cheers. I'm just interested in this stuff. Technology is fascinating. So I try and get my hands on as much as I can and learn about it. And the upside is I get to talk about it too. Always fun. The good and the bad. Okay, I'm just going to stick the chat behind my head. There we go. This bike's flying. Have a look at this. I'm on the Buffalo bike. Check that out. It's a bike that was unlocked in one of the charity rides back in 2015, I think. So I think a lot of the beta testers got that bike and the disc wheel. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's why I ride it. It's all a bit of fun. And I've put down below what equipment I'm on now too with the live stream stuff. Because a lot of people jump on and go, what train are you on today? So I'll try and keep that updated. I think that's kind of cool. If you can hear the trainer, it's because it's got a waxed chain on it, which is louder. 9 AM in Portugal, 28 degrees already. Just 1 sec, I'll tell Von that when she comes back in the room. She'll be supremely jealous. I also have a coffee with me. I'm totally in luxury here.
Coffee, right?
I'm having a coffee. And I've just been busted by reaching my weekly goal of 2 kilometers. And so it's not all fun and games. Actually, it is all fun and games. I'm seriously drinking coffee, busting goals of 2 kilometers per week.
Yeah. You even ride bikes.
Alrighty, am I using the kicker headwind? No, not tonight. I've got a smaller little fan plugged in underneath the desk for me. Oh, the hills are kicking in. Alrighty, let me get Von's screen up and running. You know, if I've... What do you think, Von? We do a side-by-side one? No, you can't see Von at the moment. I'm not going to change the camera around, but... Von, can you wave? She's there. And it's Von too, you can tell. There's the wedding rings.
Pat the llama.
Oh, she gets to pat the llama. I'll get another camera one day. We'll do side-by-side, dual live streams. And away we go. Not using the headwind because you should see the absolute spaghetti jungle of cables I have here for 8 devices plugged into this little computer now for all this live stream stuff. It just didn't fit in the monstrosity of cables. But that's all. It's still out there somewhere. Do I think the kicker headwind is worth the price? No, it's expensive. It's a premium product for sure. I also don't think Ferraris are worth the price or Lamborghinis. Some people drive them. If you can afford it, if you want the best of, that's an option for sure. Plenty of other options out there though. Just close that window if you like. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's all good. Alrighty, drop some ride-ons. The bacon rolls on Zwift, that ride is at 10 to 6 in the morning. No, I ride at 10 to 7 at night. Struggling to get up early these cold mornings. All right, let me just run through the screens we have here. Hopefully my redesign of all this. How much quieter is the Kicker 18 and the Kicker version 3? A lot. The Kicker 3 wasn't too bad. They had redesigned it and shushed it up a little bit, but it's a whole different belt. And it can't be retrofitted. That's often asked as well. It's a whole redesign of the, we can see it there on the screen, the actual spin wheel with the word Wahoo on it. That's larger for more surface area for that belt. News about the Zwift marketplace. I hope one's coming soon that we can spend all our XP points at. I hope. Social Spinner, no, you'll be able to finish your current ride. Social Spinner asks, he's almost into the last couple of Ks of his trial period. It won't throw you out. You just won't be able to get back in. Whew. Almost time for the fan. Yes, lots more coming on my experience with the wax chain. The first ride with it and the photo that I have of the bike, the Neo, and the floor covered in wax flakes, it's pretty much enough to turn anyone off. After the initial flaking period, which I don't have time for, if it's going to do that every time, I don't have time to clean the bike and clean the rim every single time it flakes off, every few hundred Ks. But look, it has its place. It has its place. I respect that people might want to use wax chains. Probably not for me and what I do. just noticed the chat questions are on top of my head. The newest ones, there we go. Thomas asks about Zwift for Android devices. When will it be available? It's available now. The testing is. So if you haven't got the test version, jump on, just Google search for it. I've done a video on it. I'm not sure if they're still testing or where that's at. That's one for Zwift to answer on their scheduling of when it's going to be released. Brandon, how you doing? Good tweet the other day, mate. Good tweet. I do live stream on Twitch a little bit, probably a little bit more than I do here, because I don't want to spam everyone with Lama's gone live if I'm just riding my bike. But once I get this all nailed, we might do a few more streams here. Whew, this is looking pretty polished now. I don't like the setup of OBS here. Beep. So the chat there. We've got phone focus if I want to pull that up. Even a full screen Zwift. See, the live stream stuff's going quite well. It's all neat and tidy. Getting my head around. OBS is what I'm using for all of that. Jason asks how Von went with her new specialised test ride. She's got headphones on, so I can't ask now. I think it went well. Not sure of the price tag though. I think like 13 grand. That's a lot of money. I've been looking for a bike for 3 years now. Lewis asks if his tax flux would endure V-Everesting on Alp de Zwift. Now here's one to think about. The flux itself has a maximum gradient. Is it 10 or 12? If it only has a max gradient of 10, then technically you can't V-Everest on it up that hill, because it won't be able to simulate the realistic gradients that you need. I'm not sure the guys from Andy and the crew are across the specifics of a few trainers that don't go to the full extreme, because 100% on a trainer is different depending on what trainer you have. Neo, it's 25% max gradient. Kicker is 20. Kicker Core, 16 or 18. Snap is what, 6, 7, 8? So there you go, 10% on a flux. So if you're a V-Everest on a flux, yeah, you might want to get that just scrutineered. But them's the rules. If you're V-Everesting things, you're pretty hard, and the rules are going to be hard too. Whew. I'm turning slightly beetroot coloured. I think it might be time for the fans. There we go. Oof! I just got a smile from mine. Sometimes it's better to turn the fans on early before you work up a sweat, and the fan just reacts to the sweat that you've built up warm. Zwift Power Everesting page has no official V-Everesting Health 500. Okay. I'm not sure of the links or anything with Zwift Power and V-Everesting. I just know it's the guys from Health 500, etc. Alrighty, hang on, there's a question coming through. But first of all, I need to pair my heart rate strap. A for that, which kills my bike speed. Oh, quick, done. Okay, we're in. But while I'm here, I'll do a spin down on the kicker as well. This session's going to be about an hour, maybe hour 20, 30, 40, 2 hours if I just keep talking. So we'll get a spin down done, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Just gonna find the app for that. Make sure I don't connect to Von's trainer at the same time, always a risk. Yeah, I'm not going to do the in-game spin down. I want to trust the Wahoo one. First of all, technical question. When FTP increases, is it because your anaerobic system gets better or your muscles just get stronger? A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B. Typically, cycling is mostly anaerobic. It's your ability to convert oxygen into energy. Not really strength. Even 400 watts on the pedals, every pedal stroke, is not a lot of strength. It really isn't. But doing that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, flushing the lactate or flushing whatever it is that people argue about. So it's more so just lactate tolerance and flushing. Strength-wise, I mean, just look at the size of the Tour de France winners. They're not really that strong. They're just super, super efficient. If you work on your legs in the gym, now we're crossing over to weightlifting versus cycling. I never touched a gym at all in my 10 or 15 years of competitive cycling, and it didn't affect me one bit. Yeah, people do it. That's cool. If you've got imbalances, go to the gym. But pushing weights on plates ain't gonna help you suck in the oxygen. Horses for courses though. Some people say it. There's no data that I've seen really that indicates, you know, everyone must go to the gym. Strength and conditioning, general fitness, absolutely go for it. For me, sticking to the coffees. Okay, let's get this spin down done. Sensors. Add sensor. See what I mean about having so many sensors in the house. Alrighty, now what we need to do also in the game is unpair the controllable trainer. Done. Getting quite efficient at clicking the mouse. Spin down's what we're after. Now, if Zwift had control of the trainer, then things just get nasty. Okay. Now, there's a technique to this to bring the speed very slowly up to 36. And sometimes you've got to go over 36, just a little bit before it changes and says it's time to start a spin down. So you'll see it. Stubborn. Welcome to Lama Live, where things sometimes hit the fan. What the hell was that? Alright, let's start that again, but let's we'll unpair that as well. We're just going to sit on that screen for now. Yeah, so while a lot of my videos make it look pretty easy, I think Veronica has paired to my trainer. Because my climb is going up and down. Do you want to hear some swearing? Shit's gonna hit the fan big time right about now when I let her know that she's paired to my trainer. Give me a sec, I'll see if I can do a spin down first. Is it a race? Oh shit, it's a race too. I could say a few things right about now that I'll hold my tongue about technology and things being quite difficult. I'll just shut up and eat my bar for a second while I contemplate how I'm going to break the news to Von next to me. And she's paired to my trainer. Somehow. I have no idea how that's happened. I always use the spin down on the app itself rather than the inbuilt one. The inbuilt one should work fine, but I like to use the company's apps. Now let me just, if my handlebars go up now, as Von's screen goes up. Wow. I'm in trouble. You ready? Here we go. You're paired to my controllable trainer.
You're not pedaling, I'm pedaling.
You're paired to your power meter on my controllable trainer. See that 5%? My climb's going up 5%. Do you want me to leave it?
Do you care?
I don't care. I'm just going to ride. Is that alright?
Yeah.
Okay. You're just going to keep cranking the watts out though. You're paired to the Quark?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what will happen?
I'll stick to the flat courses so you can just crank out the power, okay?
I'm compared to your trainer,
My climb is going up and down based on what's on your screen.
so it doesn't affect my ride.
Because you're paired to your power meter, no.
Cool.
But you will feel resistance change. Actually, shit, I've got no idea how
No, I
that's
can
going to
feel the
work.
hill. I was just on the hill. I can't notice any difference. Thank you for telling me.
Alright, if it's not affecting you, you keep riding. If it does, just throw something at me.
What?
If it does, just throw something at me.
Okay.
Well, obviously it's not affecting Von's ride, but it's kind of screwing with mine. Anyway. That is a massive problem with this tech. Look, I won't... what's my terminology that I have to use on live stream? I won't dance around the bush on that. It's, sometimes not the easiest to get sorted. Yeah, you see the how long that took to get up and running. Okay, let's turn that to manual mode, and we'll see how we go with it. Right, anyhow, let's get back to it. I may not have hills. Who knows what the hell's going on in here? I've got coffee. I've got my bar. Let's roll. Super strange. Yeah, Von's got headphones on. That went better than everyone expected. Well, here's the strange thing. Von's on the Neo, and there's no way the climb is going up and down based on the Neo. So I believe what she's got is her configuration for Zwift paired to her Quark for the power, and the controllable trainer is paired to my Kicker over Amp Plus. So her ant stick is sending controls to mine, mine's sending controls to mine, because obviously it's just it's a mess. If I pull the power on my trainer, I'll lose power. Von will just go into slope mode on hers. Yeah, interesting. I'll find out though once she's done with her race, which is another hour or so. I'll get her to go to the pairing screen. We'll have a look at what the hell actually happened there. Oh well. I was looking forward to the hills actually, but I'm not sure which one of us is going to be enjoying the hills. I'm not sure about the Zwift National Championships. I'm in no competitive form. If I'm at home and I'm looking for a ride, I'll clip in and join. There's always some good quality riding to be had on a big bunch rollout like that. If you work on your legs in the gym, does your FTP go up? No. I'd say no. If it did, we'd all be in the gym. But most of us are riding our bikes to increase our FTP. Stick on the bike. By all means, go to the gym. But do most of your specific work on the bike. Yeah, Ant Plus FEC with 2 devices connected. You can do it. Multiple things will connect, they'll conflict. But, yeah. $7 o'clock lattes. 10K's in already. It's amazing how far you can go when you're encountering technical issues. How do we unlock the TT bike on Zwift? That is a very good question, Jay. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'd be looking at Zwift Insider level unlocks on Zwift. Search for that one. Eric over on Zwift Insider has some great articles. Bit of a knowledge base on Zwift. So Zwift Insider and Zwift unlocks. It may be something like level 10, level 12. Not quite sure. Best trainer under 800 E's. Euros are... I struggle with purchase consulting. Mainly because if I'm asking somebody else the question, I want the exact right one for me. For my budget, my riding, my sprinting, my power, road feel, I want everything around me, and I need to consult for that to give someone else the quality information or quality reply. Look, the Kicker Core in a couple of weeks will be released. Keep an eye on that one. I think it'll sell out. I'll just go with that. The Kicker Core, which is an upgrade from the Kicker 1, 2, and 3. It's silent, native through axle, decent flywheel. Most recommended cadence, self-selected. Again, I don't buy into the spinners are winners thing. If that's what you need to do for your maximum energy output, great. Does it apply to everyone? No. Does it clicks on YouTube? Yes. But no, see a coach. I love a good strength effort. Good 5-minute efforts at like 60 RPM. So rather than lift weights, just put the bike in a big gear and work on strength and form that way. Somehow jumped into this ride. Someone spotted the bike. Look, there's no blanket answer for what training should you get? Should you lift weights? There's no black and white data. What is black and white though? Should you train? Yeah. Intervals? Absolutely. Types of intervals? Then you're getting tricky. The core doesn't have 20% climb. Look, realistically, Clive, let me know if you've ridden a 20% climb outside and how much training you do on those per week. Just don't tell me you're a mountain biker. Look, to be honest, anything about 12, 13%, that's it. That's all you need. To be brutally honest. If people want to simulate 25%, God help them. Good question. Why am I not doing the Zwift Academy? It was a race. I just wanted to chill. And it appears I'm in a chilled race at the moment. I'm in the Palo. Alex asks if I've got any events coming up that I'm training for. No mate, just summer, just summer. Being fit enough to go out there and ride my bike for a few hours and enjoy it without suffering too much. That's all we're up to at the moment. If I just happen to get fit enough, we'll pin a number back on and go do some racing. But no big goals. There's some beautiful countryside around here, especially in summer, not so much in winter. As long as I've got the fitness to go out there and rip out a few sheep patrols and have a bit of fun, it's all good. Lewis mentions that even short, intense Zwift sessions help a lot with ultra distance bike rides. Absolutely, absolutely. It doesn't seem to work the other way though. If you do lots of long, slow rides and then you whack in some intensity, all that hurts. It helps a little bit still. Good base. Stuart asks about the Innsbruck update for Zwift and problems with resistance on Apple TV. Mate, yes is the answer there. Lots of queries coming in on that. Officially I've heard nothing on that other than seeing a ton of posts online about people having issues, including Von, who's next to me. So I think that one's a stay tuned. It's not you, it's them kind of answer. From a technical level, I believe they've switched on Bluetooth FTMS in the underlying code and they don't have a change log for Zwift published, so we don't know what changes. But I think that's what's going on. And when that's changed the other Bluetooth code, it tends to be people with Bluetooth connecting to, well, Bluetooth devices. That's my punt. We'll see where the ball lands when the next update comes out. If there is a big update, sorry, I'm drinking my coffee, it's a bit rude. If there is an update about that, and it does affect a lot of people, I'll put out a video on that about the technical details behind the scenes. All right, there we go, Peloton lattes. Chris asks if I rate any of the Kinetic Smart Trainers. I haven't actually ridden one. Their fluid trainers are fantastic. I did the in-ride module update the other week. Great little trainer for, what, 10 years old? Maybe more? They're smart trainers. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. But they are the green machine, if anybody remembers those old road machines. The rock and rolls. Bright green. Very iconic. Which are the best pulley wheels? Well, according to ceramic speeds are. That's about all. Are they really? Maybe. Something I never really looked at. I put the upgraded Tax ceramic bearing ones in, but ceramic bearings, yeah, I can hear the laughs. They just ran nice and smooth. So I've upgraded the stock ones, but look, pulley wheels. I better give a cheers to this. Someone's commenting on my bike. Look, unless you're going for national level competitions and you need that half a watt, quarter of 1/10 of a watt, there's so many other things to tick box for first. Like cross-chaining a little bit, like 53, you're just cross-chaining a little bit, then forget your jockey wheels, you're going to lose, that's where you're going to lose all your energy. Just choosing a right straight gear, or no, if you're say doing a time trial and you know what gearing you'll be in, put a cassette on the back that'll make your chain as straight as possible and clean the chain while you're at it. They're the small little details we used to look at even for the Masters National stuff here in Australia. We got obsessive about it for sure. Not quite the jockey wheels. Yes, Sagan back at TDU. Huge crowd puller. And someone the sport needs is Peter Sagan. He's just lovable. And his laugh. It's awesome to have someone like him in the sport. So, see him over in Adelaide. Nathan asked, what products am I testing that we haven't seen on the channel yet? Good question. Good question. Well, the Sage's left right is on the bike. Now I told, do I do hills? I'll go to the hills, we'll see if it affects Vaughn. So the stage is left right, the wax chain. Vero Asioma's got an update today in firmware. I was thinking we could actually do the firmware update now live. Let's not do that live. What else? I mean, there's a ton of stuff in the works for sure. So coming into Eurobike, we probably saw about half of what will be out, or what we hope is out, for Northern Hemisphere winter. Keep an eye on Raymaker's stuff, DC Raymaker as well. He's coming into, I think there's a lot of wearables and stuff that he's looking at. That's one thing I don't really cover a lot of these things, as they integrate more into our sporting lives and cycling. But yeah, keep an eye on Ray stuff. As well as mine. Hit sub, hit subscribe if you're not already there. That number bounces up a little bit. I think the last live stream that we had, the subscriber count went down. Apologies for those who this isn't their thing. Make a video about cheap upgrades for road bikes. I can give you a hot tip on how to make any bike faster that'll cost you nothing. And that involves doing this. Ready? There you go. At least 10 to 15 watts right there. Just that. That's all you need and you'll ride faster. Pretty much what I learned from going in the wind tunnel for my TT work. Keep your head down. It cost me about $1,000 to learn that. But given that it cost me $1,000, I kept my head down. But it's not always about upgrades at all. So many different things you can do. Tyre pressure based on road. Just optimal gearing selection. There's a ton. But the industry is based around selling things. Which is good for me because there's always something new to talk about. But for me, I love doing content on something that's old, something that people may have, that breathes life back into it. I've done probably 3 or 4 videos on the Le Mans Revolution, fitting an 11-speed cassette to a 10-speed free hub. What else? Increasing the resistance with magnets. Yes, real magnets. So if you've got one of those sitting in the garage, like, oh, I'm sick of that, I can breathe life back into it with a bit more info. Oh, by the way, the speed sensor that turns it into a virtual power device. Those kind of hacks are awesome. But what makes the wheels go round is people buying new stuff. There's no dancing around that, for lack of a better Aussie term to use for a live stream. Yeah, Ellie asked about Von's bike. Is she looking around? For sure. I'm just waiting for Von to crack the shits that we're going up a hill. I'll keep a close eye on that. Yeah, she loves the S-Works. I do as well. My S-Works Tarmac SL4. Brilliant bike. I love that thing. The Giant, no, I don't love it at all, I'll be honest. Haven't really liked it from day one, but it's got a pretty compatible bottom bracket with everything. Kind of just works. And it hasn't broken. But I'd go back to an S-Works any day. Would I spend $13,000 on a bike? Nah. Nah. Okay, Von's about a third in. I've got the climb switched off. Clive, Alt-Tab, mate, go back to your infrastructure project. Is it about building bridges in Italy? That's important work. Get to it. No, I've got the hills, and Von doesn't have the hills. Now in this room today, I had a ton of stuff going on. I had the NPE Wasp collecting all ant signals, pumping that into Perf Pro Studio with 3 power meters on the screen at once. So the technical issues I may be having, may be of my own doing. Yeah, I'm spinning out here. It's Von's signal is overriding mine. I'm just waiting for her to bog down though. Alexander asks about the Wahoo headwind. Did I try it? Absolutely. Jump over to my YouTube channel and just search for headwind. So I've given that a run for its money. Seems to look alright. Jason asks about the Apple Watch. So the Apple Watch Series 3, cellular version. As a day-to-day watch, it's awesome. As for I mean, you can't pair Ant Plus devices with it, so it's a bit limited there. That's where the Forerunner 935 comes into its own. And the battery life on it is about 2 days, then recharge. Whereas the Forerunner I've had for a year. I can still probably count how many times I've had to charge it. It's awesome. So, I currently run 2 watches. If I'm traveling, it's definitely the Forerunner. I may do a comparison video on, given I do use the Forerunner to record some of my bike rides. Mark asks about the Favero B Pro power pedals. Not sure, Mark. I have not used those. But I can tell you my dealings with Favero regarding the Asiomas, they're tech guys. Spot on. Any questions are answered thoroughly, pretty quick. Yeah, super impressed. So while I can't help it with the pedals, I can tell you my customer experience with those guys is awesome. Thank you, F Faveria. Can't quite see that from here. So private messages come through as well. So nobody DM me those kind of pics that you don't want to get. I don't get those anyway, which is a good thing. Just make sure I don't miss any questions here as I'm ticking away. Thoughts on buying bicycle smart trains and power meters second hand, worth the risks? Asks Eco. Yeah. Have a look at my video on kicker maintenance if you're looking at a kicker. I'll show you how to check the belt for wear, check the cassette, check for how much usage it's actually had, shim wear, The others, still pretty new. 2 or 3 years. And to be honest, a lot of people don't ride a lot indoors. So I think you're pretty safe. Pick a company that has good support, which I think most of them do these days. Tax, Elite, Wahoo, Cyclops, Kinetic, I think I've just named them all. So if you do buy one secondhand and you need spare parts, you'll be looked after. Secondhand power meters, depends why they're selling them. We have some old S-Works Quarks. In fact, Vaughn on her bike right next to me has the S-Works Spider Quark from 5 years ago. Brilliant, brilliant units. Julian asks about trial week on Zwift. Want to race this winter? Try a race now or do a normal group ride. Jump in, mate, jump in. If you do a race and you get dropped, it doesn't matter. Hasn't cost you a $10 entry fee like it does outside. Just give it a crack. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If not, you can drop off the back, make it a ride of your own, or just leave the event, try something different. Gel, is it? Sorry, I forgot your username wrong there, but Underdog for cycling running smartwatch, the Lazine Micro GPS watch. Ugly as hell. I love reading things like that. That is brutally honest. But if it works, Apple Watch user off the bike. Yeah, see? Oh, as I say, see, I can't pick my gears right. Yeah, there's no one size fits all. Although the Forerunners, the Phoenixes would do a damn good job of it as well, but interesting. But yeah, same. If I'm on the bike or running, usually the Forerunner, off the bike, mainly because this unlocks my computer. I never knew that. That was a feature. So much for me doing my research. But when I first opened my Mac computer, after putting the Apple Watch on, it clicked, the computer logged in. Brilliant. Dorito versus Core, which one gets my pick? I'm leaning towards the Core, but I don't know just yet. We haven't given it a full run for its money. And more importantly, we haven't seen it out there in the field. And that is super important. Well, it's an important consideration if you're looking at buying something. You can see the company advertise it. You can see the PR spins. You can see GCN, Bike Radar, Cycling Weekly, Cycling Tips, all those sources of information. You can look at the reviews that both Ray and I do as well and give our experience. But they're only single points. As soon as things start shipping, you really know what's going on. And I'll also put any review to the sword. If they've said happy things, and the reality isn't happy things, there's nowhere to hide when the thing starts shipping. So, the Dorito's a known thing. Been out for a year now. People are quite happy with theirs. There's a bit of give or take with erg mode and flywheel speed and zones you have to pick and get used to. Killer accurate on power. But the Core, Ray and I have done a ride on some gravel in the Eurobike car park. All indications are the Core's going to be good. Let's wait and see. John from Colombia, good morning. Psycho from Poland. We are going global. I'm still, my resistance is sort of going on and off and on and off. Bond's halfway through. Tom, first time on the trainer for months. Good to see you, mate. Where are you calling in from? I don't have a better term to use, calling in from, watching from. Yeah, there's a lot of new people coming onto Zwift in the last couple of weeks, so I'm assuming the weather is turning a little bit. We are 8 weeks from equinox, no, solstice, sorry. We should be hitting equinox, hopefully soon. Ellie asks about, in regard to my post about Canyon not recommending use on trainers, are the demo bikes that Zwift Oz have owned by Zwift, or are they provided by Canyon? I don't know, to be honest. Probably Canyon. It's a tough one. I'm not going to get too worked up over it in the stream here. But I don't understand how the indoor cycling industry exists when pretty much no bike manufacturer will cover their bikes used indoors. The software companies don't say a word. The indoor trainer companies don't say a word, both for very good reasons. And the bike companies in fine print say, don't use our bikes indoors. How do we have 1,600 people on Zwift? They're not all on steel fixies. My argument is for the bike brands and for Zwift and for all the other software companies to allow it. But look, it's corporately, it's best they just shut up about it, and that's what they're doing. So who else is going to rattle a cage? I will. I've got to answer the question every day. Can I use a carbon bike on a trainer? Hell yeah. There's 1,600 people doing exactly that. And we are not seeing the bikes break. If we were seeing bikes break all the time due to these extra stresses that we're told about, we have no data on it, we've just been told, then fair enough. I'd be making videos on how not to use your bike on indoor trainers. But God, I've tried to snap so many bikes, because when I sprint, typically there's a camera on. And if I can rip a bike into 3 or 4 pieces and have a bit of carbon go through my leg, that's going up on YouTube. Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. It's true that, so there we go, Francesco said, it's true that if you weigh 80 kilos or plus, you could break your bike on the trainer. Sure, you could also break it outdoors. That's got a much higher risk. We are not seeing the data. We are not seeing the, if it was happening, look, let's go back to the flux. Speaking of reviews and things, I broke 2. That's what happened. They went out there in the field, quite a few people broke theirs early on. That's what happens. If there was any problems with bikes on trainers, we'd see that. Everyone has a phone, everyone's got a camera. That stuff would go viral. There'd be a meme about it. Whose bike broke today? Another one. We're not seeing it. Harry asks for my FTP. No idea, mate, sorry. I have not done an FTP test for probably 2 years. No idea. Not something I stress about. I think it's set to 340 in Zwift. It'll be lower than that. But even though it's all about the numbers, sometimes it's about riding a bike. Are we at the top yet? Almost. Do I earn money from my YouTube videos? Tons of efforts, yeah. The reason I that is, it's brutal. It's I think last calculation was something like 0.01 of a cent per viewer. It's just, my goal was to pay for breakfast. It covers breakfast, lunch, and possibly dinner. It's not a wage. Very far from it. And it's you're in no control either. During January, the channel went really well, but the advertisers disappeared. You get nothing for the views. So it's not enough to buy a new bike. Not this month or next month. But if somebody says they want to start a YouTube channel for the income, have something awesome. Have something awesome to run with. Do I still race or TT on the road? No, I haven't for a while. Funnily enough, oh cheers, Baronetorich. I was training a while back for something and then travel got in the way. And it's every time I train for something, some travel comes up. And I've done the races, I've done years of that. Chasing. I've ridden that path many times. The travel is new, and the opportunities out there for what I'm up to are all brand new. So I could choose chase the same trophies, same races, same paddocks, same sheep to race past, or travel the world. So I choose to travel for now. Slane's having a fit somewhere that I don't know my FTP. He's lining up a session as we speak. Some people try and estimate it for me and send me emails. Kind of scares me. But to be honest, I do a step test though, rather than a 20-minute all out. Definitely recommend the step test. Someone yelling go. I'm not going anywhere, bro. Am I still riding competitively? Hell yeah, someone was riding to work the other day, I totally kicked their ass. Straight past them. I'm kidding. No, I haven't raced in a while. But the more important thing than racing is I am enjoying my bike. I'm enjoying riding bikes. Because there's a lot of people out there who race, and I've been in that position before where you race and you're kicking ass and you're winning, but you don't enjoy riding bikes. That's why if you've ever had a high FTP and have been competitive and now you know your FTP is lower, you're not going to test your FTP. Who's my tip for the Volta? No idea. I hope Richie does all right. Bit of a disappointment for him to have a spill in the tour again. Ellie mentions there that Maven said a while back, yeah, for a channel to be successful, the creator has to enjoy it. If they're in it for profit, they won't succeed. Yeah, absolutely. Look, some of the businesses that do similar things, GCN, it's a business, Bike Radar, even Zwift. Different motives and different, if they've got business behind them, backing and all that, then it's a different thing. But someone like me, what Ray does as well, Maven, vegan cyclist, M rides bikes, cycling Cam, who else? I can keep going. I'm across them all. Francis K, you've got to love this stuff. Because if you want to be a YouTuber, what you're saying is I want to edit videos. A lot of time editing videos. Mick Carter's dumped in $10. Thanks, mate. And this is the first time we have a payment in the live chat. So I really appreciate you testing my CSS scripts there, and they're working a treat. Look at that. Awesome. He's moving to the rat. Oh, and sheep, someone else to do sheep patrol with? Hell yeah. Okay, mate, tips for moving to Ballarat. Don't read the Courier, which is a local paper. It's full of people who hate bikes. Cyclists on the road are bad, but swans on the road around the lake are okay. Everyone will stop for the swans. Swans walking across the road with their babies. If you're a cyclist, you don't pay rego. So watch out for those kind of people in Ballarat. What else? Bring a puffer jacket. That's about it. Yeah, Ballarat's pretty good. Some good riding around. Some really good riding around. Ballarat Vet Cycling Club are awesome. Crits every Wednesday night here. Vic Park, just down the road. And the internet, if you can move to a house with good internet. Now, all you've heard about the NBN in Australia, I know. I get consistent 90. Oh, I'd show you now, but I'd ruin the live stream. So I've got my little phone here to do it. But the internet is good if you can get fibre to the premises. Hang on, I got a question coming in from Von. Von, question.
3 Ks to go.
Yep.
I'm in the top 3.
Yep.
Do I use my aero truck boost at the end or use it on the hill? Or hold on to the hill if I can't hang on?
Okay, Von's asking about where to use her power up. She has a truck. I can't swap to Von's screen. Or can I?
You might be able to find me on the hill.
I think because she's in an event. So hold in there, Von. So Von's racing second out of 29 at the moment. So there's 29 in the bunch. She's in a group of about 5 or 6. Oh, if I can find her, I'll coach her through. Hang on. One sec, live stream. We might go live with Von racing.
No promises on performance.
Do we get it? Do we get it? I can't go fan view because she's in an event. Oh my. Okay, so to hold my tongue and not speak too negatively, Zwift needs broadcaster tools. So right now, we could have gone live and watched Von's race. We could have talked through that, coached her through that. God damn it!
So
Okay, Von, drop it now. Drop your power up now, because it's the 1K to go.
Me.
What do you mean? There's women in front of you.
Yeah, but they're the A-grades.
Stay on their wheel. Go, Von. So, apologies for this. We'll return to your regular programming in a sec.
Alright, no, it's done. Use it on the hill.
Use it on the hill, but if you go through the 1K banner, you may get another power up. Does anybody know if you get power ups through the 1K banner? You don't?
No,
Okay.
use it on my heels.
Okay.
Then you just get a power up. Then you use it.
I was just about to tell her not to use a power up. She just used a power up. Damn, that would have been awesome to flick over to. Ellie asks, what's a CSS script? Don't go down the rabbit hole. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, fibre straight to the garage.
They're all together.
Okay, Von's got 2K to go. We can't switch to it. I just want to switch to Von's pairing screen to see what she's got paired.
Can you follow on that?
No, I can't because you're in an event. No.
Oh.
Don't worry. I'm holding my tongue on that. We shall swear later. Remember, it's about top. It's easier to hold top end speed. Here's a tip on Zwift. It's easier to hold top end speed than to think you can like jump someone at the line at 100 to go. It's probably better to go 450 out if you can hold long, because your speed will come up and it will hold. Therefore, your overall speed will be faster. If you would sort of hold, and then try and spike at the end, your acceleration is too slow. 1.4k to go. Last corner for Vaughn. Just sit on the wheel, work it up. Breathe lots, really big deep breaths. Big relaxed breaths, okay? So I'm just coaching Vaughn next to me here. Okay, Vaughn has 1k to go. It's currently running on it's running on hers too. I think they've synchronized the worlds. Okay, Vaughn's been in this position many times before. She's raced outside, she knows what's up. She's the back of the bunch. She's gonna have to come flying past them. 800 to go. As soon as someone goes, you go too. As soon as a number goes red, you jump. 700, big breaths. Don't spike it, just lift and lift and lift. She's gonna win B grade, I think. We shall see. Oh, I so want to throw this on the screen right about now. 1 sec. That's it. Go now, go, go, go now. Everything, everything, go now. Jump on quick. You've got it, you've got it, you've got it. Go, 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 go. Breathe, 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 breathe. Now push, go. One more gear, one more gear. One more gear.
No, she's there. She's there.
Don't worry. Push again, go, 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 go. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Oh. Sorry, if you're just tuning in, Vaughn's racing next to me on another screen.
Oh, boo.
Oh, oh. That was...
Second.
She got second place B grade for that race. 52.20.6, 52.20.6. There was absolutely nothing in it. Good job. That's awesome. So I would have loved to have brought that on the screen. That would have been so cool to see. Vaughn was just jostling for that last sprint. That's cool. Vaughn's on the Neo, by the way. Oh, we're going back up the hill. Whoosh. Oh, if you do have the companion app as well and you give me a ride on, you'll see it on the screen. And you'll notice the delay. It's probably 20 seconds maybe delay. Vaughn's cool. Good job.
Hold down.
I couldn't switch to you because the limitations of certain things. I'll have to bring that computer in on another stream.
That's alright.
Everyone says well done.
Thank you. I didn't even swear.
If you didn't hear that, Vaughn said, I didn't even swear. Alrighty, any questions I haven't missed, let me have a look. Video on phone and share. You know what? I didn't even think, but we could have done that. We could have really done that. Plus this. We could have.
We were under pressure.
My apologies. Oh, by the way, while we're here,
You can see my sprint effort there.
Good job, Vaughn. Behind the scenes here, here's what this runs off. Alienware and like a ton of things hanging out. There's my OBS screen. And will it be a green screen behind me? It will be for this, check that out. So, it's not real. It's a green screen. And my trainer also has its own green screen that I built behind there. Anyway, there's a tour of the Lama Lab. Oh, and the stream deck. That's how I switch between everything here. So we have pre-streams. We're currently on phone focus. If I click on say, chat focus now, we can go mainstream. Back over to full Zwift. Back to phone. So that's how all that works with the stream deck. and all that. Alrighty, enough touring of behind the scenes. I'm keen to check out what Zwift is paired to.
Can we stop?
Yeah, okay. Here's the test. We're both going to stop. We're both going to hit A on the keyboard.
Oh, wait, let me get the keyboard.
Okay, I'm currently paired to my Wahoo trainer over FEC and my power meter, my heart rate strap. 1 sec, we'll get the camera up and we'll find out what Von is paired to. Hang on, we'll go to camera. The reveal of what may have happened with our pairing. Von, what are you paired to? Von is currently paired to the controllable kicker, which is the non-FEC version, while she is riding a Neo.
What? That was rubbish.
And Von got second in the race, paired to my trainer.
It still felt like a hill.
No idea what's going on there. Anyway, there we are. Problem solved. That wasn't anything to do with her wattage. You were paired to... What were you paired to for the trainer? Oh, sorry, for the... yeah, for the Quark. So Von's movement forward was all based on her
okay.
Quark power.
Yeah.
That's why that worked. But why
So
my...
I couldn't feel your heels.
You were probably overriding mine. Because I'm on FEC, so it was a different channel than the standard private Bluetooth. Sorry, Ant Plus. Today in indoor technology.
I don't know how I could do that though. Because you hadn't used that kicker on that, had you?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's actually happened. Just trying to make a theory of why.
That's going to get to the hour.
Cool. Alrighty. Oh, I'm over the screen. Here we go. Oh, there's quite a few on the hill there. All those white dots on the screen there. They're the people climbing the hill.
Wow.
Good bike fit in Ballarat. Not any specific bike fitters, but good stores such as Sammy and the crew down at Cycles Galleria, Cyclescape, Pat Shaw at Shaw's Cycling. Those guys have been around bikes for a long time.
Red kid.
So, I'm not sure of any BG fits or retools or anything in Ballarat.
I think, yeah, the Cyclescape did is a trick.
Ah, that's why we have Von on the stream as well, next to me. I think Cyclescape actually have a retool system there. There you go. Go and chat to those guys. So many signals flying around the pain cave. It's a good thing I'm already bald. What makes my hair fall out is the stress of trying to get them working. Do I feel like there's more and more car drivers in Melbourne try and cause troubles for cyclists for no good reason? No. On the roads, no. Online and on online forums, yes. Because if someone's going to run you off the road or do something to you, they're actually breaking the law. It's assault. And the normal human wouldn't do that. Whereas you give someone one of these,
They'll smash you with it.
and they turn into absolute... trying to be polite today on this one and happy. They turn into different people. How's that? That's... So yeah, that's what I see online. A ton of people. It's cheap, easy, and it has no impact on you to say negative things about cyclists and what you're going to do, run them over, do whatever. People think they can get away with that. They won't actually go and do it because you can't do that in society. So it's all hot air. I haven't had too many problems out on the bike, but daily I have problems online reading crap that I don't want to see. So It's who you surround yourself by too, I guess, but sometimes you can't choose that. What's the worst thing on training on a smart trainer? I love those kind of questions. And the answer is going to be what you've just seen. The complexity of the setup that you just saw then. It ain't easy. You can't just jump on and go. You've got to pair all different things. You've got 2 setups. Make sure you get the right one paired. So that's probably the worst thing about a smart trainer. Kerry Smith comes in with a kicker. Quickly followed up by somebody saying Neo. Rock and roll, yay or nay, anyone? Yeah. Look, a bit of movement like that isn't too bad. A lot of movement can be a little bit weird indoors. More hassle from drivers on group rides, yeah. Good call. Are we there yet? This is going to be a 40-kilometre ride, of which most of it's downhill from the top. Yeah, no chance of repercussions. That's mostly it for all the stuff we read online. Power numbers looking pretty good between everything. We have pizza. Let's go pizza. The internet has spoken. Everyone agrees we should do pizza.
I wasn't paying attention. You're making that up.
I am making it up. What bike's your avatar riding? It's the Buffalo bike.
Check it out.
Part of the Quebecer charity that Zwift are involved with. The wheels are from the beta days where we could unlock the disc and the 808. That bike looks absolutely ridiculous, and that's why I'm riding it. Cool, thank you. Social spinner's jumped on. We got to back it off a little bit for the social spinner. Can I just get that fan moved just a little bit this way? Yeah, thank you. Where's social spinner? He's coming up from behind. Oh, blue straight part, social spinner, mate.
Not so social.
Oh, yeah, what's social about that?
You're going for 1.5 watts a kilo, come on.
Ready? We'll attack. Well, I know there's a hill around the corner. This is course knowledge. It's a little small. He might think it's over. We're going to drop some watt bombs on social spinner. If he's not watching the stream, we're going to catch him unawares. If he's watching the stream, he knows what's coming up. I hope you're watching, mate. It's going to be on. You ready? Where are you? 3 seconds up. Big ring. There he is. Now we've blown past him. You have to gear down a little bit. Come on, social spinner. A little bit too far back. I'm going to jump you on the hill. So just how to ride Zwift if you want to attack somebody. Watch the numbers here. He's 3 seconds back. So we'll just go hard up the hill. You'll see that because I've now gone 10 watts a kilo. And I'm still trying to speak really quietly while doing 760 watts. Alrighty, short little effort. Watch that time gap. That's over 20 seconds already. So if you need to rip out some gaps in a race, find a hill like that, rip into it. Also works descending the epic KOM. If you attack those hills, so you're still 20 seconds back. We'll catch him on the downhill. Is that him? No. 10, 9, 8, 7, okay. So I've got to keep an eye on the number below there. 5. Number 6 to see him behind me. This is the gameplay of Zwift. Knowing how that works, knowing the gaps, being able to smoothly come up to speed on a bike that looks like this. With Social Spinner now on my wheel. Yeah, here we go. You can see that I'm putting out a ton more watts, but he's holding that wheel on the downhill. So the draft works really well. That's cool. But if I didn't get that run up as he come at me, now you can do a turn. Then he would have come blowing straight by. So he's still spinning. Again, race tactic there. I didn't spin at all for a few seconds. Are we going back? We're not going back up the hill, are we? No. There we go. Now, whichever way the arrow's on his butt point, are the way he's going to turn. I can't see any arrows on this one in particular. Oh, so we're heading straight. If he was heading left, he would have had arrows coming out of his butt, going the other way. You can see here I can really get a decent draft from the downhill. But then I've lost the gap there a little bit. So it's not as silky smooth as outside, where you can really feel being next to somebody and being in the draft. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. And he's in the chat as well. That's brilliant. Hey, Social Spinner, watch out for the bump coming up, coming out of the station here. It's a fair little steep pinch. I'll show you where it is. The trick is to get a good run at it. Again, we'll go for it here to show you guys how I'd attack something like this for maximum pace. If I know it's coming up, lift the speed, lift the speed. We're going now, before it even starts. Social Spinner, gone. There we go. And we're over. Short little effort. 5, 6, 7 seconds ahead already. So knowing the course, super, super important. Come on, Spinner. He just raced. Okay, forgiven. But any little hill like that on Zwift, won't give all the secrets away. There's a couple of good ones on Watopia for that. That's 14 seconds right there. and I've backed it off since coming out of the tunnel. It is pretty cool riding over landmarks that you've been to. Scotty Weiss, myself and Katrina Weiss walked across this bridge this time last year when we were over in London for the CVR World Cup. So previously I'd just ridden over this bridge and hadn't looked. But having been there now, it's super cool to see what they've done with the artwork. Here he is. Oh, he's blown my disc wheels off. Awesome. It's a good trick as well if you join someone at the top of a hill. A couple of free Ks right there. Well, now we're back and paired everything successfully. I can turn the climb back on. Steven says about his new climb. Not a game changer, but I would miss it if it's not there. Steve, that's exactly what I said, mate. A lot of people are saying it's a bit of a gimmick. It's a toy, it does... there it goes. It's a toy, it does nothing. Sure. But if it can just add a bit more immersion... It put a smile on my face just then when it kicked up. That's good enough for me. Bit of fun. Nice heart rate recovery there. I'd say, oh, good observation, was it? Or was it that I just didn't get my heart rate up high enough? Could be either. Sorry, it's past dinner time already. I'll go for a few Ks more. I'm enjoying it. Social Spinner mentions the Le Monde is so noisy you can't hear me on the phone. It's one very noisy trainer. If I could do sign language, I would, mate. Yeah, everyone's loving the bike. Let's get some more of the bike happening. For sure. Great bike. How close can we get to that thing? Oh, it has a bell. Brilliant. There's a Quebecer sticker on the top tube there. On the seat tube. It's time to come and race vets at Eureka, says Craig. The day I can wear clothes like this outside, I may be there. How's living in Australia compared to Europe? I don't know any other lifestyle than the Australian lifestyle. Things try and kill us daily. Spiders, snakes, bogans, AFL fans, Collingwood supporters. They're all pretty dangerous. But it's not too different. Australia pulls in, well, the majority of us are European descendants anyway. It's all very similar. I do like Germany. But then again, I do also like the USA. So... will I and or Von be doing the Zwift Academy races? Von did one last night, and she did another race just before. I'm not sure that was Zwift Academy though. Not sure on that one. I'm not sure. Not sure. Being the competitor out on the road that I have been, it's really hard to jump in and just try and do your best. Knowing you know the mindset and the tactics are up the road, the legs are out the back. That's no fun. $139 viewers right now. I've just put up the stream on here. I do appreciate people dropping by. And again, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. That's what it's all about. It keeps YouTube happy. You can turn off notifications if they get annoying, if I'm uploading every day. But it's all about the subscribes. So I think 80% of my traffic is people who aren't subscribed to the channel, which is cool. A lot of the time it's just one-off views or two-off views on a particular trainer or topic, rather than the stuff I do every single day. I get it, I get it. It's not gonna last forever. I get bored too. But for now, if you're enjoying it, hit that subscribe. Oh, we're getting personal message. Out. I outstuffed. Yep. M key on the keyboard's an easy way to chat. M. That just goes to everyone. That's easier for me to do that than personal message. There we go. Dropping some thumbs up. Oh, excellent. Comment about the music. Alright, we can switch that up. It's got to be free, what do you call it, copyright free, royalty free music in the background here, or we get pinged. Oh, that's going to be any better. The dubstep stuff over on Bass Rebels is usually pretty cool. It's the majority of the music I use if I'm doing any cutscenes or music, which I don't do a lot of anymore. Takes a lot of time. But, okay, let's go. A lot of it's just vlogging music. Future-based, chill house trap music. You're all trapped. Here we go. We'll see how this goes. It's pretty much on hold music again. Instructional video on my streaming setup. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. Reason being is it's pretty much a cycling channel. It's very niche. Possibly. If you scroll back to the video, I can't tell you exactly where it was, but I did pull out my camera before on the phone and just quickly whip around what I'm using. Yeah, the phone screen. Yeah, so before what I was doing was, yeah, there's the live stream setup. So just quickly, Elgato to capture this screen that I'm holding. 2 webcams, OBS running up on here. Oh, there's a Zwiftception right there. That's pretty much it. Mostly with just scripts and things to pull all the data in. But how my ant signals actually continue to work in that environment, I don't know. It's just lucky. So if I tap, when there's a full circle, if I tap that, it'll give random thumbs up. Which is kind of cool. Let's drop the aero power up. No, we can't have Men at Work Down Under. As much as I'd like to. I'd also sing along to it myself though. But we can do other funky things as well, such as what's on Instagram today. I can pull in Twitter, Instagram, so if you've tagged me or anything in there, I can pull those into the streams, which is all pretty cool. I'm just trying to make it more dynamic, more about than just trying to show people Zwift. We all know what Zwift is. More about other people riding or tweeting or talking. Because I've been told many times I'm not that interesting, but sometimes the things I get access to are, so that's what I talk about. I totally agree with that as well. So here's Anthony Haywood's been to Ballarat today. Awesome. That's I'm trying to figure out where that is. Victoria Park. That's not too far from home. And they're not native trees. Oh. Yeah, Zwift National Champs coming up this Sunday. I can pull that picture up that I made last night. Zwift put out a promotion. Again, Zwift have to be very corporate about their promotions and make sure it's all nice. I'm not Zwift, so I can get away with being a bit of a dickhead. And I've put up my own little magpie swooping some riders with a Vegemite thing and Fosters and Nadsy for the win. Anyway, there's my little ad that I made up last night in about 15 minutes for the Australian National Champs coming up on Zwift this Sunday, 10 AM Australian Eastern. It's a men's and women's race. There's lots of info there. Even DC Ramica chiming in, the Magpies are a nice touch. I'm not sure Ray was here for the Magpie season. He came over at Tour Down Under. No, he wouldn't have, unless he's been out another time. But Magpies, stay tuned for some rear helmet shots of some Magpies this Magpie season. Nasty, nasty little buggers. What else is happening on the... Yeah, pretty much I'm into bikes. You can probably tell that there. And flipping tyres. And people's dogs. Hey, hey! There's something I've seen before. They're the kicker stickers that I've made a while ago. Awesome. Question in flat Zwift, what is more important, watts per kilos or what? Mostly watts per kilos on the flat, but I believe there's also aerodynamic drag based on your height and weight. So it may favour the heavier riders on the flats. Maybe. Tech tip, if your radar battery goes low, you'll get an alert on the screen that does say my radar battery is going low. So given that that's on the bike at the moment, I now have to charge that. That's a brilliant thing. Having all these devices on your bike with batteries, charging them is always a pain in the ass. And there we go, we also get live feed chats on my Insta. But it's cool that our devices will tell us when things are running low, so we know to charge them up. What's my best 40k TT time on the road? I don't know. Most of my TTs were 20ks, 22ks. The Ballarat 40k time trial here for the Oz Nationals back in 2013 was, I think, averaged 47 k's an hour. It was dead flat, so it was more about aero and good pacing than just pure watts. The watts wise, 360 I think for the 40ks. So not a lot, at about 69 kilos I think I was. My 10 miler? Yeah, 10 miler, which I think a lot of people in the UK judge themselves by. I think it was about a 20.06. Might have been under 9, I don't know. Pretty sure it was very close to 20 minutes for a 10 miler. Fastest TT I've done overall was 48k an hour, I think. It was on a really strange course with a big crosswind, but it was, I don't know, the wind either changed or it was downhill. We're always, our TTs are always out and back. We never do a point to point. Rarely do we do a point to point. If we do, they were, I'm just gonna crank down the music a little bit. We had a massive tailwind TT once and it was a 54k an hour TT for 6ks. Point to point tailwind, of course you're gonna get that. But anything over 45k an hour I was just happy with. Does depend on a lot, including air pressure. There was a season there early on where we were doing TTs. Good pacing, good power. What was that? Oh, an ad. Yeah, everything was going well for a number of TTs, but couldn't even crack the 45k's an hour mark. And we're looking at the weather conditions, always high air pressure. And in a nutshell, it's the amount of air above you pushing down makes you slower. So if you have low air pressure, you actually go quicker, and it's noticeable. Very noticeable. The hour record for the track stuff, they go right into that. It's pretty cool. Do I eat any fruit or only bars while riding on Zwift? It depends what I have. Bananas, big fan. I like junk bars though. Today was brought to you by Bare Naked. I don't have their catch cry or anything, so I won't do the advertisement. These are on sale. My tastes usually revolve around what's on special. Okay, points for that. Totally clawsome. Clawsome, bare, claws. Yeah. But those bars themselves were 1160 kilojoules. Divided by 4, what's that? Just over 250, 260, 270 calories, 280 calories for a small little bar. Not bad. Alright, we'll go to 50 Ks, we're almost there. And I know I'm almost there because I can feel it. Cliff Bars for the win, correct, correct, and I believe Cliff Bars were on sale not too long ago. Let me have a quick scan. Wrong phone. Not going to be able to bring that feed in, unfortunately. I have the Cliff Bar sale on my other phone. No. That's got about that much left. I think I had mix in the other bottle too. And today's bottle was brought to you by Tax. Because that's what was clean. I should have been having that one. It had mix. I'm a big fan of Staminade mix. Always use that while racing. Is that someone talking in the background of that song? Get out of here. What course do we think will be next on Zwift? Based on the calendar? I hope Watopia. As for the course creation, who knows? I think Innsbruck came out of nowhere. There was discussions of another course. And then Innsbruck popped up, so you never know. Look, I'd like an expansion to Watopia, because if they can expand roads and then you can double back on yourself or make other routes, it changes things up a lot. Where is Von? Aliens. She's gone. Abducted. Yes, we are limited to 3 or 4 Cliff Bar flavours here in Australia, which is why I lose my shit when I go to the US and there's a whole rack of Cliff Bars. But Ellie, they do have the nut-filled Cliff Bars now here in Woolworths? Safeway? I'm not sure what it's called. Correct speed? Yeah, look, Zwift speed. I'm sort of sitting in someone's draft at the moment. Wasn't even taking notice, to be honest. How did I get into Zwift? Asks Paul. Okay, here's the, you got the long version or the short version? I'll go the short. I've used indoor training forever. Always had a trainer, always broke trainers. Went through 2 Cyclops Fluid 2s until I found the road machine, couldn't break that. Started off using Coach Troy, then some CTS by Carmichael Training Systems, onto the Sufferfest by Dave McQuillan and the crew. What else have we used? Some indoor training software, Golden Cheetah, Chasing the Little Worm, Trainer Road, you name it, everything. It's just the best training for TTs, for me. For my training, for my TTs. Let me get that straight. Not the best for everyone. And then, oh, everything's going low battery. And then one day, March 2015. Yes, March 2015. Zwift Beta was unlocked for Mac. I set my little thing in saying, hey, I've got a kicker. I'm about to sell it because there's no software that works for this thing. I got an invite to Zwift. I wrote it that afternoon. And then it just clicked with me, my background being IT, networking, security, etc. So I knew that, like, it's always just tech nerd stuff. And I knew the potential that the kicker had. That's why I bought one early on. My kicker anti-ID is 66. It's pretty early on in the batch. And yeah, Zwift came along, I loaded that, and it was like, wow, holy shit. And I'll say holy shit because that was my holy shit moment. It's like, it's got hills, there's drafting, and there are a few other people online at the time, 3 or 4 people online. I mean, now we've got 1,700 online. There were 3 or 4 when I was back on Jarvis Island. I rode for an hour, thought, okay, this is not bad. Something I'd really get into. That night I jumped back on again when I got home from a barbecue that we went to, and it just grabbed me. Slane got on from his place. We rode it together and raced each other around this track, and we could draft each other. Slane had me on the hills. He's a little bit lighter, so he had me on the hills. I clawed him back over the top and then attacked, and he couldn't hold on, and I got him by like a couple of bike lengths. I'm like, this works. Like, out of the gun, out of the gate. It didn't look awkward. It loaded, it worked. Resistance changed. This was over 3 years ago now. So that was my holy shit moment. And then since then, we've seen things like, well, the kicker has progressed through 4 different revisions. We've seen the Neo. We've seen companies just completely change based on the Zwift technology and other training platforms as well. Everything else has come along with this and risen up. And have pushed things like ANT Plus FEC, Bluetooth FTMS, and some standards coming in. So there's a lot more coming on that. And so I just totally nerded out on the potential of where this is heading and what's coming out. And to this day, I'm still blown away with what's coming and being hopefully a little small part of that. So there's my small answer of how I got into Zwift. Had a kicker early on, it's gonna sell it. But I've always trained indoors, and this thing's just changed the game entirely. Sup Shane, just woke up, about to go for a ride. I saw you live. Cheers for dropping by. I still remember my first kicker anti-ID. What else do I remember? I've thrown a few speed sensors away and a few heart rate straps away, but no, I still remember the anti-ID of that. It was pretty easy pairing it to a Garmin 000066. What new things do we think trainers will have? Good question. Good question. All right, there's still some potential to unlock in the trainers that we have. So that's my current wow. That will, yeah, more to come on that. There's still some things to unlock in regards to trainers that we have. I mean, the Neo's ahead of its time. I'm just looking at the Neo that Von was on before. There's a lot of unlock on that. We're at 50. Oh, we must be, okay. 145 we'll go to. But it's inevitable to move towards the smart bike. Steps are being made in that direction. What bike Atom? The tax bike. Yeah, I'm keen on the tax bike, the one we saw at Eurobike. So we'll see. I still love riding my bike though. I should push for an Aussie course on Zwift, mate. There's a few things I'm pushing for on Zwift. But it's now a big company. For a few things, what I want is just clean the screen, get the rider list off, get the maps off, get the data off. When you're in workout mode, everything's just, all you see is a little window. I just want to ride my bike. I want that then put onto the phone. The next thing I'm pushing for as well, I mean, I'll mention it every now and then. In group rides, when the text comes up on the screen, it comes up right in your eye line. Right there. When you're trying to ride a bike. I'd rather the text in the lower third, which is the international standard of read this on the screen, rather than being there. There's nothing worse than being in something like the Hump Day ride, which is a brilliant ride. If you're racing, just giving it everything, and the ride leader's talking to people on the screen, it's quite frustrating. A Zwift velodrome, very good question. I don't think we'll see a velodrome until we have steering. And we haven't seen steering yet. Because if you think Richmond's boring, get on a velodrome. Ugh. But if you had steering, that you could sort of come up the bank, which is harder, drop down and then attack someone. Think Maddie Heyman winning Paris-Roubaix against Boonen. Just getting the jump. That kind of stuff, that's what we need. More gamification in that respect. Do I think the Techno Gym bike will catch on? My personal opinion on that? What? No. Chuck it in the big dog? Can do. There we go, big dog done, chucked. Oh, thanks, up a 6%. Cruel. No, Techno Gym bike, I'll do some research on that. If something's going to be big or interesting, it's all over Zwift Riders, Zwift Races, Zwift Oz, Slow Twitch, Transitions, a triathlete group here in Australia. Techno Gym bike, not on the radar. Maybe for the fitness industry, which is a big untap, but I'm sort of blinkers towards the racing side of things. Techno Gym launched their trainer here in Australia at a little media do, and it did include Zwift, or Trainer Road, or Sufferfest, or Ruvi, or Virtual Go, or Road Grand Tours. Bit of a mistake there, that's what everyone's riding. It's like releasing a new car and not putting it on the road. Everyone's going to be riding those things. So anyway, it's a new field. It's a new industry. It's a new field. This whole, what we're seeing here, and the business that goes around that. And if you want to see it done extremely large, it's the Peloton scale, the one Peloton, which is a different field altogether than Zwift and everything that we know. It's the fitness industry coming in. Got a lot to be learnt from those guys, for sure. I think I'm definitely down a rabbit hole with that. What was the question? Techno Gym. I keep going past my targets. How long before microtransactions creep into Zwift? Look, there's been zero talk of microtransactions that I've heard on with Zwift. Only people getting a little bit scared about it in the forums. I don't think it'll happen, they don't need to. 20 bucks a month, that's a fair chunk out of people's pockets. Why they'd want to do that? Nah, there's better things to do. I think monetization, if you're going to change the experience, like for example the Australian National Championships, if there's costs around that, and the administration of that, why not $1 a race? If you want to go into the competition that's scrutinised and all that sort of stuff. Maybe. But we saw the massive protest about the Zwift price hike last year. For me, I've got a comment, because people always ask, but my comment's always been, I'd pay twice the kind of value I get out of it, but I'm not the average user. I don't know, so microtransactions, I don't see it happening. Who do I admire most as a pro cyclist? Look, Sagan has a great PR team. Whether Sagan himself has great PR, I don't know. But he's got it figured out. He's a PR machine, he's a cycling machine, and he's doing it well. That after the Tour Down Under last year, where he stopped after the race, after he won the race, I think, did he win? Or second? He gets out of the car on the way home, helps him pack up. Like, just the story around that's kind of cool. And when I asked for a photo for him, being a fanboy that I was, and he's like, yeah, no worries. So, And you don't see him getting into shit fights. Like, you don't see him in any controversy much. Sagan, definitely Sagan. It's who cycling needs. Now, regarding back onto the microtransactions, look, people confuse with a game. For me, it's a fitness platform delivered via a 3D game. That's why I'm sort of hesitant around the whole esports thing. I've been part of it. I'll champion it, no worries. But it is different to your League of Legends, to your PUBGs, to everything else, because you gotta ride this damn thing. And to be competitive, you gotta be good on a bike outdoors. And your investment's huge. So that's where I think there's a little bit of, it's not really that parallel. And especially it's not that parallel when it comes to the prize pools offered for the esports. And the ongoing profitability of that. So that's where I think microtransactions are a bit of a non-topic. What's my FTP, mate? We're not sure. I'm not sure either. No, dead honest, I haven't tested it in a while. 56,842. I'll stop soon. If I could buy a mullet, is that not a mullet? Is this not already a fine mullet? Mate. That's... How's that? So that's not really a mullet, it's still party everywhere. See that? We don't need microtransactions. We got perms. Not quite a perm. Yeah. Would I recommend the Jet Black Whisper Drive now? The previous Jet Black Whisper Drive that I have tested has a firmware that does fix the erg mode doing that. I can confirm that, hands on with that. Yeah, erg mode looked okay. Stay tuned, stay tuned. There's something over there for me to test, but stay tuned. So the answer is I don't know if you... 580 Australian. That's pretty good. Mountain biking Zwift, yeah. Again, something we've talked about for ages and ages. Mountain bike skills are more steering related and bike handling. And some epic ups and downs. They can do it now with the epic ups and downs, but there's just no skill involved. But sure, why not? Ivor Davies Ice House mullet, I'd pay for that. I'm going to call it a day. That's about it for me, I think. For somehow I've got 137 watching. Appreciate if you've tuned in for a bit of a chat. Again, most of these live streams, I like having it about the questions that people post here. Because anybody can jump on a Zwift and ride, but if everyone can come along and have a conversation, ask a few questions, ask me hard questions like what's the worst thing about smart trainers? That was a good one. That was a good one today. And no, it's all fun. Last question here from Pete M. Do I think people sometimes take Zwift too seriously? I saw some people were very upset when there was a pixelated paperboy. Yeah. It's a privileged life a lot of us live, hey, when that's something that people actually take the time to worry about or talk about. If people are hungry or are being treated poorly physically, or were sick, you got to think that I take a step back quite a lot. I got to get passionate about everything online for sure, because we want to see this platform and everyone have fun. But yeah, if someone's getting upset they were pixelated paper boys, bit of a leveler, isn't it? Anyway. Alright, as the bass drops in that horrible music, we'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for coming along, and I'll be back again soon. That's been a good couple of Ks on the bike. Feeling it now. It is up on the screen, 8:45 p.m. Have a great day if you're over in the UK or where the sun has just come up or is up. We'll be back with more soon. I have a video going out tomorrow morning. Oh, if anyone's watching, it's about a bike bag. The bike bag that I took over to Perth. Stay tuned for that one. That was a bit of fun. And I put it through a bit of an airport test before I put it on the airport. So yeah, it did involve me throwing the bike bag around. Always a bit of fun. All right, people. Thanks Mick Carter as well for dropping some coins. Coffee's on me next time, Mick. And have a great one. See you later all.